What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Megabus. I finally got a chance to ride the Megabus. I've been wanting to ride it for a long time. I've gotten a lot of questions where people were asking me kind of the differences between Greyhound and the Megabus, kind of the pros and cons, and I was never able to answer this question because I'd never ridden the Megabus. So I always had to say something like, oh, I don't know, hopefully in the near future I can ride the Megabus. And I got really tired of saying that. So I'm happy that I finally have experienced the Megabus for myself. And so I can answer that question. But in this video, I just really want to talk about my experience, my first Megabus trip. It was pretty cool. Nothing really bad to say about it. And just wanted to kind of break down how it happened. If you watch my channel, follow my channel, you know I had this little Greyhound bus trip planned out, and it didn't really work out, and so I ended up having to find alternate means of transportation to get back home. So I got to travel on the Amtrak and the Megabus. I will also be doing a video this week about my review of Amtrak, so look forward to that. But today we're talking about the Megabus. So first things first, booking my ticket. It was super easy. I was in a hotel in Fort Worth, Texas, where I jumped off the Greyhound bus because I was through, and I was on my phone. The Wi-Fi wasn't working in the hotel. I called downstairs. They couldn't get it. Anyway, so I got on my phone and just pulled up the Megabus website, and then I realized I'm Timmy, download the app. You know, I'm download the app Timmy. Y'all know me. So I downloaded the Megabus app, free to do. And I kind of booked my trip that way. It's going from Orlando, Florida to Tallahassee, Florida. It was weird. After I got everything lined up, you know, in the app, when I went to actually pay, it sent me back to the website. So I could have just stayed on the website. Don't know what that's about, Megabus. But, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it just was weird to me. And another thing, when you pay for your ticket, they send you an email that's like, hey, this is Megabus, here's your confirmation and all that. And then they sent me an email from like WorldPay, which I guess is the actual payment processor they use. But this kind of threw me because I was like, why am I getting two emails? Like, what is this WorldPay thing? But if this happens to you, just realize that's actually Megabus too. So it's not like someone has hacked your credit card and is like charging you or something. Peace of mind. Just putting that out there, people. Anyway, but it was really super easy to book a trip. Think about Megabus, since it doesn't go to as many places as, say, a larger bus company like Greyhound. Once you type in the city you're leaving from, depending on, you know, and if they have a route that leaves from there, there'll only be, from what I've seen, 5 or 6 like other options, or maybe a few more options of where you can go. So it makes it pretty straightforward. You know, like it's pretty easy. So the booking was easy, and all you need after you book your trip is your confirmation number. And, you know, it's right there in the email you get on your phone. So that's all you need. Because at first I was like, oh man, how am I going to print out a ticket? Where am I going to pick up a ticket? And then I was like, wait, this is Megabus. All I need is my confirmation number. And I really like that. I really like the fact that I'm done after I buy my ticket. Everything I need is right there on my smartphone. I just bring my phone with me and I'm good to go. So anyway, day of my trip, I took an Uber to the Orlando Megabus station, and Orlando actually has a station. From what I've seen and heard, this is kind of rare. Most Megabus pickup areas are just like stops, but there's actually a station in Orlando. It's like an old Bob Evans restaurant or something. There's way too much room in this place than they need for the Megabus. And you just go in and there's a waiting area and there's some vending machines. I think there were some bathrooms. I actually discovered like the secret waiting room because I was nosy and I was just like walking all through it. And then I got like, and I turned a corner and there was like nicer chairs and, you know, no one was in there. It's just like another waiting room. If you're ever in Orlando at the Megabus station, just keep walking around till you find this. It's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, all I had to do to check in was I just went to the window and I showed the guy my confirmation number, and he was like, okay, he checked me off this little paper. He handed me this little green credit card thing to hand the driver when the bus finally came before I got on the bus. That was it. It took like 2 seconds. I really like this because I'm used to standing in line at the Greyhound station for who knows how long to get my ticket printed, or, and I have to deal with all these people buying tickets and all these questions. Cool thing about Megabus, you can't buy a ticket there, so all that's gone. And there's really not a lot of questions to ask, really. Like, there's only going to be a couple buses coming through there that day. You're either on this one or that one. Like, there's really not a lot going on. So it was a lot more just like laid back atmosphere than I'm used to coming from like a Greyhound bus station. So I like that. They did have a scale there, and the guy was weighing people's checked bags because you're allowed, I believe, is one checked bag, and he was weighing them. I think the weight is somewhere around 50, 60 pounds, something like that. But once again, I didn't see him turn anyone away, and there were some people with some big suitcases. So I don't know how strict they are with that. Maybe they are. I don't know. But there was at this station in Orlando, there was somewhere to weigh your checked bags. When you just kind of show up and there's not a station and there's no scale, I don't know how they do it, but they did weigh them there. But anyway, finally the bus came. I got there like 30 minutes early. The bus came. It was super easy. We just kind of lined up. A couple minutes later, the guy was like, head to the bus. We went to the bus. The driver, just took your little ticket thing and said, get on the bus. And they took the luggage, put it on the bus. Super easy. No hassle. One of the things I did like was that, and I'm not totally sure who was who, but there were two gentlemen that were on the bus and were handling the driving and the baggage. I don't know if they take turns driving and all that, but I just thought it was super cool that there were actually two people on the bus, one person driving, one person during the trip was kind of just sitting there talking. But I like the fact that if something went down on the bus, there was another Megabus employee who could do something about it, and the driver doesn't have to stop. One of the things I don't like about Greyhound, if there's ever an issue, the driver has to pull over. They have to check on everything. They're the only person that can do anything on this. And I'm not sure if this is on every Megabus trip. I don't know, but on this one there were two people, and so if anything was to go down, there's someone who could handle it. And if the driver didn't feel the need to stop driving, I figure he or she wouldn't have to. So I thought that was cool, and it actually made me feel a lot safer, even though the guy did yell at me because I sat upstairs and I came downstairs to use the bathroom, and he was like, use the back stairs, not the front. I mean, he didn't yell. He was nice about it, but I don't know. I was like, okay, Mr. Extra Sub Backup Driver, I'm sorry. No. So it was all good. Anyway, one thing I wanted to mention when booking the ticket, another thing I really like about the Megabus is that there are some seats that you have the option to reserve. Not all the seats on the bus, but there are some seats that you can reserve when you are buying your ticket. I actually reserved one. It was $1. Different seats have different prices on them to reserve them. The ones all on the upper deck, right by at the very front, by the window, by that front window where you can see out where you're going, I think they were like $7. To reserve. I got one directly behind them, and it was like $1. So, but one of the things I never really liked about Greyhound was the fact that you could not reserve a seat. And especially if you were traveling with someone and you wanted to sit together, nothing you can do about it except pray that you got on the bus early enough to find two seats together. I did like the fact that Megabus has an option that if two people want to sit by each other, you can reserve seats by each other. I think this is definitely great when you're traveling with children, or if you're newlyweds. If you're traveling, I don't know, if you're traveling with your mom, or someone elderly. Seriously, like if you're traveling with someone and you want to sit by them, or you have reasons why you need to sit by them, I think this is cool. And to just pay an extra $1 is it's not like they're gouging you on it, an extra $1. Like, you have that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So when I got on the bus, I just went right to my reserved seat. I will say, and I might make a video about this later, I thought that maybe when I got on the bus, the driver or someone would say, hey, anybody with reserved seats, let us know, get to them. There was none of that. I just happened to get my seat and no one was in it. Later in the trip, though, some people came on the bus and they had reserved seats and there were already people sitting in them. So there was kind of a little 5-minute thing where they had to place some musical chairs. because the people that were sitting in those people's seats had reserved seats and someone was sitting in them, so they had to move them out of the way, and it got kind of weird. So I don't know if this is common on the Megabus, but it seems to me like if you have reserved seats, there should be something in play where those seats don't get sat in until you get on the bus. But anyway, I got my reserved seat. It was cool. Got on the bus. The Wi-Fi worked. I checked that like first thing. Wi-Fi worked. As soon as the bus started up, got going, the outlets worked. The outlets are on your seat, kind of down in front of you, which I think is a good spot, because you can plug in right there. You have your device sitting in your lap or in your hand, and so it's not really in your way. Even if someone needed to get up and you were in the aisle seat, they could get up and walk, and you don't have to, move your plug or anything like that. So I think that's a cool location. Wi-Fi worked, plugs worked. That was cool. The bus, air conditioning, it worked. The bathroom, I took a video of the bathroom. The bathroom was your typical bathroom, but it was clean. The bus was clean. There were trash bags tied to some of the seats throughout the bus kind of sporadically. I really like that as well. There's one actually right by me. And so whenever you have trash, you just put it in the trash can, the trash bag. A lot of times, like on the Greyhound bus, people don't want to get up and put trash in the trash bag up front, so people just leave trash all over the bus. I'll admit I've left a cup on the or a bottle on the bus before. I've done it in the cup holder. I didn't feel good about it, but I just didn't really want to take it to the front of the bus. Here there's trash. I like that. So there's trash bags. Throw your trash away. Keeps the bus clean. And so yeah, other than that, it was pretty much your standard bus trip. The seats kind of are close together. I will say the legroom wasn't the best I've ever seen, but I mean, it is a bus. Real quick, anybody, if you're tall, maybe the upper deck isn't your best bet. I didn't realize this, but the upper deck, like the ceiling was like right here. So the whole time I'm walking on the upper deck, I have to go like this. But I mean, I'm not when I'm sitting down is fine, but like when I was walking to get to my seat on and off the bus, that was kind of a thing. So, but I mean, you're only doing this for a few minutes, so it's not a huge deal. But just keep that in mind if you're taller, and that's keep that in mind. Don't just jump up out your seat real quick to try to get off the bus or something. It is a little lower. And from, it seems like the upper deck might be a little more cramped. Like if you get claustrophobic, sometimes maybe sit below decks, or in the lower deck. But I sat up top, looked out the window, and I could peek out the front window too, so it was really cool. It was a good trip. Your normal bus travel, we actually did stop about, I think it was like a 5-hour trip. We stopped like 4 hours in, at a Flying J kind of Arby's deal. That was something I was wondering about, because I'd heard the Megabus didn't stop, but it actually stopped for a driver break. It was 20 minutes, and the driver was like, "Hey, in 20 minutes, I'm going to be leaving, so be back out here in 20 minutes. The bus will leave." But he actually went inside, and it was actually like 25 minutes, because there's always those couple people who can't get everything they need done in 20 minutes. So he actually went inside and watched and made sure everyone got back on the bus, and then we finished up our trip. Got to Tallahassee, got off the bus. Just overall, just kind of your basic bus trip, but a lot of the negatives that I associated with Greyhound weren't there. So I definitely liked the Megabus. I enjoyed it. I want to take the Megabus again. In future, if I have the option, I probably will always, take the Megabus over the Greyhound bus, just because it just seems so much simpler. I think just the whole process of showing up, show your confirmation number, get on the bus, you're good to go. I just like that. I just, it just wasn't all that hassle. I'm sure things go down on the Megabus, but my trip was pretty uneventful. Everyone just, listened to music and slept. And it just, nice environment. So thumbs up to the Megabus. I recommend it. If you haven't taken it, try to take it. One of the big things they say about Megabus real quick is the dollar fares, the cheap fares. I was doing a little research before I made this video, and I was able to find a dollar fare. So that makes the Megabus even more attractive. Dollar fares, $5 fare, $10 fares. So that makes the Megabus even more attractive. Hopefully in the future I can ride it more and I can do more videos about that. But yeah, this was just my review of my first Megabus trip. Really liked it. I'm stoked about the Megabus. I want to ride it again. If you haven't rode it, check it out. It's definitely a good budget travel option, and it's worth the money. So anyway, I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. I'm still thinking of a new channel name, and thank you for all the suggestions that people have been giving me. One thing I want to say too, kudos to Megabus. They actually sent me a message on Twitter. I tweeted out and I said Greyhound didn't treat me right, so I'm on the Megabus, and I took a picture, and they tweeted back. They said, "Ooh, looks like," because my Twitter name is Guru of Greyhounds, and they tweeted me back, "Looks like Guru of Megabus in the making." And I thought that was super cool. That here is Megabus is on top of their social media. That's a big deal these days. That made me like the company even more. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. Stay tuned, subscribe for more budget travel, transportation videos, and coming later this week, I will have my video about my review of the Amtrak, which I really, really love too. Anyway, I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.